Bitcoin Futures ETF explained and why it will boost Bitcoin. Everyone's making highly bullish predictions about Bitcoin again, and it seems they're well set on partying like it's 2021. Now, instead of buying expensive mining machines and buying stocks of Bitcoin themselves, the Securities and Exchanges Commission has made possible for you to choose a much safer option. You can now buy Bitcoin Futures Exchange traded funds, and the crypto community has been jumping up and down after this news. Let's see how this is going to boost Bitcoin to heights previously unseen. Now, we need to refresh our finance knowledge a little bit and understand what futures contracts are, since they're some of the lesser known financial contracts. A futures contract is a legal agreement to buy or sell a particular commodity asset or security at a predetermined price at a specified time in the future. The buyer of a futures contract is taking on the obligation to buy and receive the underlying asset, and the seller is taking on a legal obligation to sell it. Essentially, this mechanism allows you to delay the purchase and selling of stocks and other commodities while obligating the trade legally in order to be able to take advantage of price changes as much as possible, usually based on your own analysis. Because of such high degrees of safety and certainty guaranteed by the law, futures contracts therefore are popular among those who wish to make investments as a form of hedging or speculative activity. In the case of futures exchange traded funds, investors benefit from two layers of security for their investments, owing to the fact that exchange traded funds are essentially bundles of commodities sold as shares guaranteed by professional managers. So, when future ETF contracts for Bitcoin were announced a few days ago by the SEC, it was a major development in the way people invest in Bitcoin. Up until this point, people usually bought Bitcoins outright, invested in Bitcoin mining companies, which was often risky, or they bought NFTs backed by certain amounts of Bitcoins or Ethereum. Volatility Shares 2x Bitcoin Strategy ETF, trading under the name BitX, are the chosen ones to be approved by the SEC as an approved futures trading group. Even previously existing Bitcoin spot trading firm Bitcoin Strategy ETF, BITO, benefited greatly from the announcement. Investors poured in 65 million euros to BITO, breaking a previous 2023 high of just over $40 million in April 2023. These events, probably encouraged by the omnipresent investment firm BlackRock, who applied for a Bitcoin ETF earlier, indicating a paradigm shift in how the SEC and the US government at large is set to view crypto. This new cryptocurrency spring comes after last year's storm of a massive crash and the exposing of scams by FTX and the SEC breathing down the neck of Binance, one of the biggest players in the cryptocurrency market. Regulatory bodies and governments around the world in general have been suspicious and wary of cryptocurrencies and crypto trading for all sorts of reasons. Some justified, others not so much. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin offer a means of financial trading that the government is unable to control closely, and the same rationale is used as interested parties attempt to influence the development of Bitcoin as a store of wealth and means of profit. The SEC's actions in approving Bitcoin Futures ETF has added further boost to the hype surrounding Bitcoin when it rebounded to an exchange rate of 1 Bitcoin to $30,000 at the beginning of this year, and as Standard Chartered predicted, a rate of 1 Bitcoin to $100,000 by the end of the year. It seems as if more and more regulation is beneficial for cryptocurrencies, something that may seem weird to some. Enhanced regulations bring safety to the Bitcoin trading market, and such safety measures bring the world's most powerful investors. Crypto has been described as the Wild West by SEC Chair Gary Gensler in 2021 due to the lack of regulation in the industry. He even appealed to the US Congress to take the matter seriously. And as we have seen so many times, this Wild West character has led to countless scams, frauds, and usage by criminal organizations. All of this harms the value of Bitcoin and investor confidence. BlackRock's decision to apply for a Bitcoin ETF may go down as one of the most important events in Bitcoin's entire history going forward for this reason. If it's safe to trade in Bitcoin and if high-profile investors such as BlackRock are taking part, it signals to people that they should invest more, and more investors boost Bitcoin. What all of this ensures, or attempts to ensure, is market stability. If Bitcoin is to be a powerful alternative to the physical US dollar, it has to be stable enough to hold your money. And the opening of futures ETFs is one of the moves that are pushing Bitcoin towards that. About regulation, Aaron Klein, an American-Israeli political commentator, said, even if it doesn't bring more people in, it may change people's current behavior. Enthusiasts claim there are a lot of benefits cryptocurrency has over fiat currency and other asset classes, but those benefits can only come to full fruition if an appropriate regulatory framework is put into place. It's only when jurisdictions and governments are friendlier towards cryptocurrency that cryptocurrency markets and their investors come to benefit. The opposite was seen, for example, when China and Saudi Arabia announced that they would be banning cryptocurrencies in their territories. Aside from better regulations, moves such as the approval of Bitcoin ETFs also have the potential to pave the way for crypto mining companies to slowly morph into much more sound investments. For as long as Bitcoin mining companies have been around, they have been controversial, and even more so these days due to the environmental impact of Bitcoin mining. Greenidge, one of the larger Bitcoin mining firms, raised up to $22.8 million in funding even earlier in October 2022. And this is where the pipeline initiated by the SEC can snowball into alluring Bitcoin mining firms to access larger investments while also regulating their environmental impact. However, real and long-term changes will come about if other jurisdictions follow the path taken by the SEC. The fact that China still outlaws cryptocurrency is bound to be a roadblock in boosting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Then again, there can be no doubt that Bitcoin is on the up and up currently, and that the selling of Bitcoin futures ETFs looks to vindicate Standard Chartered's predictions. The path to a safer Bitcoin investing environment looks set. Subscribe and stay tuned for more insight on crypto and finance. Thanks for watching.